Hey guys, Caesar here. Depending on your faith community or your particular brand of spirituality, Halloween and trick-or-treating may be controversial for some of you. But no one can argue, I don't think, that when a national tradition literally lines kids and parents up at your doorstep, that has to be a good time to roll out the red carpet for mission. So regardless if you really love this tradition and you go all out, or if you're less into the whole dress up and party thing, or whether you call it Halloween, trick-or-treat, harvest party, or whatever, here are 7 things you can do to leave a lasting impression on people and really prime the pump for future missional opportunities. Okay, 1, be home, okay? Don't be that house this year, right? How often do people line up at your house to meet you? Prioritize this occasion and plan to be home. Don't make excuses or worry if your kids are already grown. Go for it. This is once a year. Make the most of this opportunity. Okay, 2nd, turn on the lights. Okay, when you turn the lights on your home, it says, we're home, we're here, and we're open for business. And even though Halloween has this tradition of being scary and all, right, make your house seem super inviting. Turn on lots of lights. Prop open your front door, or better yet, sit out front and greet people. Don't make them ring the doorbell and wait, wondering if anybody's home, okay? 3rd, ask everyone that comes, ask them their name, and then tell them yours too. Seriously, this is basic stuff. When someone you don't know comes to your home, you ask them their name, where they live, and you introduce yourself. We all learn that in kindergarten. Don't crack the door and just, toss a piece of candy out toward their bag. Discipleship and mission moves at the speed of relationship, and this may be the start of a new friendship with that family dressed up like the Munsters. 4th, give good stuff out, okay? Be the house and the folks that everyone looks forward to. I can still remember from when I was a kid which houses gave out those full-size Snicker bars and which ones I wanted to avoid because they gave those weird hard orange circus peanuts that sort of doubled as doorstops. Yuck. Be generous, okay? Be like Jesus, who brought on the best wine that the steward had ever tasted at the wedding feast. 5th, offer a warm drink and a chance to sit down for a few minutes. Depending on where you live, it's often colder around the end of October. So try this, set up a table out front with a few chairs and offer hot chocolate or cider or whatever beverages you want. Ask people if they want to take a load off for a few minutes, maybe while the kids finish up that block. This will let people know that you're open to relationships and you're not in a hurry to move them along. Maybe a little party will break out, or in fact, you could plan it. That's the 6th thing. Throw an after party for the parents only. One of the coolest things we've ever done was we made these little flyers and we handed them out in our neighborhood, inviting people to come around after trick-or-treating was over for an adult beverage and some real appetizers. The flyer said, why should kids have all the fun? And we did it like at 8 or 9 at night. We handed out these flyers earlier in the week, and we also handed them to folks as they came to our door trick-or-treating. We had a blast and took things further towards lasting relationships with several people that way. And 7th, try this, organize a neighborhood Halloween parade. I know this may be more bold, this may be harder for some of you, right? But it's a great idea. A few years ago, a really good friend of mine, Chuck, started a cool annual tradition. He went around handing out flyers announcing Treats in the Street Halloween Parade. And he was organizing it for the kids and parents who lived around his home. And everyone came over his place at 5:15 after work, and then they marched around the neighborhood up one block and down the other, folks cheering their heads off, all the kids in their costumes, right? And then they all headed back to Chuck's house where he had a big fire pit blazing away in the backyard and gallons of chili just cooking along. So fun. This led to many other opportunities throughout the year to have folks into their home and build discipling relationships. Here's a bonus tip for you. Involve your kids in all of this with you. Duh. They don't have to be out trick-or-treating the entire time. Our own kids always had a blast handing out the treats, and they already knew many of the families that came calling. Use this time and experience each year to train your kids in hospitality and intentionality, and let them know why you're doing all these things, and specifically why, the ways you're doing them and what your hopes are for your neighbors. I'm sure that no one of these tips are game changers, but if you are endeavoring to live a lifestyle of discipleship and mission, then taking advantage of this holiday tradition is low-hanging fruit. It really is. Have fun with it and trust that even small steps relationally are a big deal. With a little extra intentionality and faith, Halloween can be a turning point for you and your neighbors. Let me know what cool things you've done to pump up the mission connected to this tradition. What has worked best for you? Hey, and would you be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel before you go so you won't miss a single episode? I really appreciate it. And as always, thanks for watching.